What a beautiful day to be in the park. The sun is shining and it is the perfect temperature. It is so nice to just sit here and relax for a while.
I completely agree. It is the perfect Saturday morning. I see you have your headphones. Are you listening to something good?
I am. I have my relaxing weekend playlist on. It is just some very calm acoustic music. It is the perfect soundtrack for a peaceful morning like this. What about you? You had your headphones on a minute ago. What were you listening to?
I was listening to something a little bit different, something a lot less relaxing, and a lot more energetic.
Oh, really? Now I am curious. What were you listening to?
I was listening to the new album by my favorite rock band, The Killers. It is very loud and very exciting. It is probably not the best music for a peaceful morning in the park.
It sounds like we have very different tastes in music. This could be an interesting conversation. It is a big topic, but what would you say is your all-time favorite kind of music? So, you are a big fan of rock music. What is it about that genre that you love so much?
That is a great question. For me, it is all about the energy. I love the power of a good rock song. I love the sound of loud electric guitars, a strong bass line, and a really powerful drummer.
So, it is the sound and the instruments that you are attracted to?
Yes, definitely. It is a very physical kind of music. It makes you want to move. When I am listening to a great rock song in my headphones, I find it very difficult not to tap my feet or nod my head along with the beat. It just fills me with energy.
I can understand that. Music can definitely change your physical state. Do you have a favorite rock band of all time?
If I had to choose just one, it would probably be Queen. They were just musical geniuses. Their songs are so creative and complex, but also so catchy. Everybody knows and loves their songs.
That is very true. Queen is a legendary band. Their music is timeless. And what about a more modern rock band that you love?
As I said, I am a huge fan of The Killers. They are an American band. Their music is very epic and anthemic. It is the kind of music that is perfect for singing along to at the top of your voice when you are in your car. So, you know all about my love for loud guitars and energetic rock bands. Now is your turn. You said you like quieter, more acoustic music.
I do. If I had to choose a favorite genre, it would probably be a mix of indie pop and singer-songwriter music.
Indie pop. What does indie mean in that context?
Indie is short for independent. It used to mean bands that were not signed to major record labels. Now, it is more of a description of a certain sound. It is pop music, but often a little more creative and perhaps less commercial than the music you hear on the big radio stations.
I see. And what about singer-songwriters?
I love artists who write their own songs and tell personal stories through their lyrics. I'm very interested in the lyrics of a song. A good lyric can feel like a small poem.
So, for you, it is more about the words and the story, while for me, it is more about the energy and the sound.
I think that is a very good summary of our different tastes. I love a beautiful, catchy melody and a lyric that is relatable and makes me feel something. My favorite songs are the ones that I can sing along to and that feel like they are about my own life.
Do you have a favorite artist like my Queen or The Killers?
My all-time favorite artist is probably Adele. Her voice is just incredible. It is so powerful and full of emotion, and her songs about love and heartbreak are so honest and relatable. I think everyone can find a piece of their own story in her music.
Adele is a fantastic choice. She has an incredible voice. It is so interesting how we enjoy such different kinds of music. It makes me wonder, how do you usually listen to music?
That is an interesting question. What do you mean by how?
I mean, for example, do you listen to full albums or do you prefer to listen to playlists?
Oh, I am definitely a playlist person. I have created so many different playlists on my streaming service. I have a playlist for every mood and every occasion.
Like your relaxing weekend playlist that you are listening to now.
Exactly. I also have a high energy playlist for when I am at the gym. It is full of fast, upbeat pop songs. I have a sad playlist for when I am feeling emotional, and I have a happy playlist that I listen to when the sun is shining.
So you are like a DJ for your own life. You choose the perfect soundtrack for every moment.
That is a lovely way to put it. Yes, that is exactly what I do. I love curating the perfect collection of songs to match my mood. What about you? Are you a playlist person too?
Not really. I am more of an album person.
An album person? Tell me more.
When I really like a band, I like to listen to their entire album, from the first song to the last song, in the correct order. I believe that the artist created the album as a complete work of art. The order of the songs tells a story. I like to experience the album as the artist intended.
I really admire that. It is a much more focused and patient way of listening to music. I am not sure I have the patience for that anymore.
It is just a different way of enjoying it. This also connects to another difference between us, I think. You mentioned your streaming service. I assume you use something like Spotify or Apple Music?
Yes, I use Spotify for everything. I love it. I can access almost any song in the world instantly on my phone. It is so convenient.
It is incredibly convenient. I use it too, especially when I'm outside, like now. But at home, I prefer to listen to music in a very different, much older way.
Really? How? Do you still listen to CDs?
Even older than that, I have a record player, and I have a small collection of vinyl records.
You collect vinyl records? That is so cool. I thought only old people did that. It seems to be very popular again with young people now.
It is. For me, it is a whole experience. I love going to record stores and searching for old and new albums. I love the large album artwork and reading the liner notes. And the sound of a vinyl record is different.
How is it different?
It is hard to describe. It sounds warmer and more real. You can sometimes hear a little crackle from the needle on the record. It is a more physical and active way of listening to music. You have to physically put the record on the turntable. You cannot just skip songs easily. It forces you to listen in a more intentional way.
A record collection sounds like a wonderful hobby. I would love to see it sometime. The way you talk about music, you are obviously very passionate. Have you been to many concerts?
I have. As I told you, I went to one last weekend. For me, seeing a band play live is the ultimate musical experience.
What was the best concert you have ever been to?
That is a tough question. I think the best one was a few years ago. I went to see the Foo Fighters, another one of my favorite rock bands, at a big outdoor festival.
An outdoor festival? I have never been to one of those. What was it like?
It was incredible. There were about 50,000 people there. The sun was setting, and the band came on stage. The energy from the crowd was just a huge wave of excitement and happiness.
It sounds amazing.
It was. And the band was so powerful. The sound was so loud you could feel the drums and the bass in your chest. And everyone in the crowd was singing every word to every song.
That shared experience you talked about.
Exactly. For those 2 hours, you are connected to thousands of other people who all love the same music as you. It is a very powerful feeling of community and joy. I will never forget that concert.
So you have never been to a big outdoor festival?
No, I have not. I think I might find it a little bit too big and crowded. As you know, I prefer things that are a little bit quieter and more intimate.
So you do not like live music?
No, I love live music. I just prefer a different kind of concert experience. My favorite concert ever was completely the opposite of yours.
Tell me about it.
I went to see one of my favorite singer-songwriters, a woman named Norah Jones. She was not playing in a huge arena. She was playing in a beautiful, old, traditional theater, the kind of place with red velvet seats.
That sounds like a very different atmosphere.
It was. It was a very small and intimate venue. There were maybe only a few hundred people there. We were sitting very close to the stage. It felt like she was just singing in her own living room, and we were her personal guests.
That sounds very special.
It was. It was completely silent. Everyone was just listening to her beautiful voice and the sound of her piano. It was a very emotional and personal experience. Of course, here in Vienna, we also have one of the most famous music venues in the world for classical music.
You mean the Vienna State Opera?
Exactly! Seeing an opera or a classical concert there is another incredible kind of live music experience. The history and the beauty of that building are just breathtaking.
It is so interesting how music can be experienced in so many different ways. A huge, energetic festival or a small, intimate theater.
And it is also so connected to our own personal lives and our memories.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that certain songs can be like a time machine. You hear a song, and it instantly transports you back to a specific moment in your past.
That is so true. I have so many songs that do that to me. It is like a soundtrack to my life.
Exactly. Can you think of one example? A song that is connected to a powerful memory for you?
I can. There is a song from the 1990s by a band called The Corrs. It is a pop song with some traditional Irish instruments in it.
And what does that song remind you of?
It always reminds me of a summer holiday I took with my family when I was about 10 years old. We went on a road trip to the coast of Ireland, and that song was on the radio all the time.
So, whenever you hear it now?
I am
instantly back in my parents' car, driving along a beautiful coastal road in Ireland with the windows open and the sun shining. I can almost smell the salty sea air. It is a very happy and powerful memory for me, and it is all tied to that one song.
That is a beautiful story. It is amazing how music can do that. It connects to our emotions so deeply.
It really does. Now, I have a funny question for you. We have talked about our favorite genres and our favorite artists, the music that we are proud to love. But do you have any guilty pleasures?
A guilty pleasure? You mean a song or an artist that is maybe not very cool or a bit embarrassing, but that I secretly love?
Exactly. A song that you would only sing along to very loudly if you were alone in your car.
That is a brilliant question. Of course I have them. Everyone does. But I am not sure if I am brave enough to tell you.
Oh, you have to. I will tell you one of mine if you tell me one of yours.
Okay, it is a deal. You go first.
Okay, I confess. I secretly have a playlist on my Spotify that is full of 90s pop bands. I am talking about the Backstreet Boys, the Spice Girls, Britney Spears, all of that cheesy, classic pop music.
No way! I would never have guessed that about you.
I know! But when I'm at home cleaning my apartment, I love to put that music on and have a silly dance. It is just pure, uncomplicated fun. Okay, I have told you my secret. Now it's your turn.
My guilty pleasure is one specific song. It is the song Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by the band Wham. It is possibly the cheesiest, most happy song ever made, but I cannot help it. When I hear it, it is impossible not to smile.
I love that song. That is a fantastic guilty pleasure. It is impossible to be in a bad mood when that song is playing. See? It was not so embarrassing to admit.
You are right. Our secret, cheesy music tastes are safe with each other. This has been such a nice conversation. I have learned so much about your musical world.
Me too. I am now very curious to listen to this rock band you mentioned, The National. I want to see if a rock band can have poetic lyrics.
I will send you a link to one of my favorite songs by them. I think you might be surprised. And I am very curious to listen to this singer-songwriter you love, Phoebe Bridges.
I will send you a link to my favorite song of hers, too. It will be a little music exchange.
A music exchange is a great idea. It is the best way to discover new artists. It is so easy to just stay in your own little bubble and listen to the same things all the time.
I agree. It is good to be open-minded. Who knows? Maybe I will become a secret rock music fan.
And maybe I will become a secret fan of sad, poetic folk music.
We can report back to each other next time we see each other. Well, I should probably get going now. But this has been a wonderful chat.
It has been great. Thank you for sharing your relaxing playlist with me, even if it was just for a few minutes.
And thank you for sharing your passion for music with me. I will send you that link now. Have a great rest of your weekend.